Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the channel. Oh my gosh. Okay, so I was up all night, don't ask why, playing um Jackbox the Party Pack game with Michaela Laws and a bunch of those people. I will um insert random clip here.
Oh my fucking god.
You did it.
Drugs or not, hey, yeah, I have cocaine in my car.
It was very, very fun. And she told me about the All For You game, and I really want to play the game. So we're gonna play All For You. So we're gonna start playing it. This is my first time playing it. The second game. You already know that I love Michaela Laws, and that I am going to be buying Seduce Me 2, because I love Seduce Me 1. Oh my god, my phone went off. So we're gonna play this right now. I am super, super excited. And she was talking about this and how there's gonna be a stream about it. Oh my god. Please know that anything you see or hear in this demo is subjected to potential change, depending on the budget or creative observation. Nevertheless, we hope you enjoy. Oh shit, that's loud. I already love it. I love her, I love her, I love all these characters already, and we haven't even started. I need to edit this the day I film it, too. Yes, Mom. I'm also gonna have to upload it the day I film it. Who cares? It'll be short. I hope it's not like 3 hours long of a demo. Michaela, don't do that to me, but also do that to me because I really, really want to play this game.
Alright, we love you.
I love you too. Oh my god, nailed it. I was going to mature into something more than a young adult. I was going to start my life as an independent person in society. I wish I could do that so easily. The thought of that was scary beyond belief. Also, thank you, Michaela, for making this like a little key so I can keep my place when I read and I don't speed through the dialogue. I didn't know if I was ready to face my future. I wasn't sure if I wanted to face it at all. Did every teenager feel like this? I felt like that. Was this life's rite of passage from being a child to becoming an adult? I was 19, technically and legally an adult. I'm 19 now. Oh my god. And only a couple of weeks away from grabbing my diploma and being let loose into the world. I had no idea how to prepare myself. I didn't know either. How was I going to be ready for what the world had in store for me? You never are, don't worry. You never are ready. How was I going to be ready for a job? I'm not. A family and getting old? No one's ready for that part. No, I don't. Why would you ever want to do this? There was no way to be sure, no matter what I thought. Still, something in my gut told me I was going to figure it out. The ringing in my ears wasn't so friendly, though. Ugh, that dreadful sound. You know, when I was younger, back when I was in school at least, I would put my alarm clock across the room so I would have to get up and turn it off. But that didn't really work. I would just get up, turn it off, and then climb back in bed, and it wouldn't work for me. The blaring of my alarm clock echoed loudly in my ears and through my room as I unwillingly opened my eyes, waking up from my previously peaceful slumber. My body ached, pleaded me to sleep just for a little while longer. However, I had set an alarm for a reason. To torture yourself and get up in the morning? I fought against every nerve in my body to sit and sat up, grabbing my smartphone and turning off my alarms. As the noise ended, I let out a contented sigh. Before I could fall back on my pillows, though, I forced myself to push my legs over the side of my bed, and I stood up. The sun peeked through my curtains, flashing against my eyes as I stood at the perfect angle to the protruding sunlight. I groaned and shut my eyes, blocking it from its painful rays. As I stepped forward and slowly opened the curtains, the sun came in and brightened my room at last. Ugh, the sun. Outside in general is just a concept I'm not okay with. I'm joking. A yawn escaped my mouth. Today was going to be a rough day. I could feel it. My mind began to slowly grind through thoughts of the day. Today was a pretty important day, so I had to make sure I didn't screw it up by doing something stupid or messing anything up. I showered and brushed my teeth and ran through the plans of the day. Pack my bag, head to school, go to the office, get my schedule, be a regular student, try not to get pushed into a locker. Sounds good. How small is your school? I sighed. Today was me getting used to a new school. Oh, that's hard. It was strange going to a new school mid-semester, but I didn't have a choice in the matter. My old school had strict rules about every student's living arrangements. What? Since my parents were out of town for work, I was essentially forced to go to another school because of potential negative behavior due to neglect. Oh, come on. What kind of school even has that rule? Luckily, there was another public school that accepted all of my school credits and allowed me to attend despite the awkward timing. I guess I had to thank my lucky star. I got the house to myself, and I was going to graduate on time. What I wasn't excited for was the idea of adapting a new school and meeting new people. I wasn't exactly a social person, but I didn't know if it would matter being the new kid at the end of the year. It wasn't like anyone was going to try to be close to me, right? Yeah, exactly. Right? Yeah, that's what I just said. Yeah. I stopped for a moment, staring at myself in the mirror. I became entranced by the minor dark circles under my eyes and unbrushed hair on my head. I had really grown up. Was I really graduating in less than 2 weeks? You changed schools less than 2 weeks away from graduation? I know someone who did that. My eyes traveled down my neck toward my abdominal body mark, signed over my skin like some sort of weird brand that singled me out from other people. When people saw it, they wouldn't stop pointing it out because of how abnormally perfect it was on my chest. On my chest, just over where my heart would be, I had a tan heart-shaped mark. It had shown up randomly one day, and I only assumed that it would be some sort of reaction to being in the sun for too long, an allergic reaction to some medicine I took. However, the longer I had it, the more I accepted it as a new part of my skin. Not many people saw it except for my family, so it really didn't bother me much. Still, it was something that caught my eye each time I was shirtless in the mirror. I shook my head and washed my face. I highly doubted anyone at my new school would ever see it. Well, you never know. As I finished washing my face, my phone rang, ushering me to answer. Hello.
Hey, how is everything going? Are you ready for your first day of school?
No. Mom, you called me last night. You don't need to check up on me the morning after.
I know, honey, but I can't help but be ecstatic. You're going to a new school. It's exciting.
I mean, it's a mom thing. Of course they're gonna call you the night before, then call you in the morning. You have to get up for your new school. It's like, oh my god. Yeah, you don't want to be late on your first day. I rolled my eyes with a smile. My mother was always the eccentric type. Luckily, my dad the militaristically cold expression managed to balance the dynamics out whenever they were together. Which I assume is all the time now that they're married.
Are you truly prepared, Riley?
No. Yes, sir. It's not.
You got your transferal papers, supplies, permission slips?
Yeah, Dad.
Did you clean your room, brush your teeth, use fresh deodorant?
Yes! Dad, I'm good. I'm 19 for Christ's sakes. I got it. I heard my dad grumble on the other end of the phone before my mother took it and giggled into the microphone.
All right, all right. Now you've gone and made your father grumble. Now we'll never get him to smile today. Well, unless I...
Cue the gagging noises. Mom, I gotta go.
Oh, okay. Don't forget. We'll be sending over a daily allowance just in case. But don't spend it on...
Condoms. I know. Don't spend it on food. Fridge is packed and I can bring stuff to school for lunch. I got it.
All right. Have fun.
Don't tell me what to do. Is this still recording? I want to make sure. Yes. As I hung up the phone and stared down at it, my parents had never gone out of town before, so I couldn't help but wonder what they were up to. I knew that they were part of some archive group that documented history for some company, but to call them out for a job out of state seemed odd. Oh, so we're in America this time. Oh no, we've been in America each time we played this game. Each time I've played a game by Michaela. Like one time, like we were in Chicago, for Love and Romance and Seduce Me, and now we're somewhere else. I don't know where, but we're somewhere else. I shook my head and left the bathroom to get dressed. You're not dressed yet? You're taking forever. I would be done by now. Turning my thoughts back to school, I just had to be myself. Wasn't planning on being prom king or valedictorian. I just had to get through the last 2 weeks of the school year and graduate. The bright white numbers on my phone signaled me to hurry up with the time. Wait, what? The bright white numbers on my phone signaled me to hurry up with the time. I don't get it, but okay. 6:30 a.m. Girl, you're late. Oh no, you're not late. I groaned and rolled my eyes before rushing to the kitchen to fix myself breakfast. With a piece of toast jammed into my mouth, I packed lunch as well. Nothing like leftovers for lunch, amen. With my bag fully packed and my stomach full of breakfast, you mean one piece of toast, that's not breakfast, but can't blame you, I headed out. The school was a 15-minute walk away from my house, so I had time to go to the office, settle everything, and head to my first class without incident. Unless you get stopped by a succubus, or an incubus, or a devil, or your grandfather, or some hot manager dude. I don't know. God damn, that's nice. Look at that art. I mean, yeah, look at it. It looks like spedified, like it has a filter on it. The heat of spring turning into summer beat against my head as I walked. That's why I wear a hat. I began to imagine a perfect summer, lazing around in my house and enjoying time away from desks and homework. It seemed like a dream seemed too good to be true, but it was going to be a reality in a matter of weeks. I let a chill smile brush over my lips as I imagined it. Get through the school year and graduate, Riley. Then you'll be home free. I almost became lost enough to ignore the sound of quick rolling wheels skidding across the brick cement sidewalk behind me. Oh god.
Look out!
Oh god, somebody's in a wheelchair. Oh, they blink now! Oh my god, they blink now! I'm so happy. Wait, someone's in a wheelchair. What's happening? Okay. The sound of shouts behind me forced me to turn my head and spot a pair of girls speeding down the sidewalk toward me. The girl in the wheelchair was frightened beyond compare, while the girl guiding her chair was grinning from ear to ear. Holy crap! Jumping out of the way onto the grass, I stared wide-eyed as the girl in the wheelchair was being forced forward into a sprinting speed across the cement by a much taller woman in casual sportswear.
Latifah, that's so fast! Woo!
God, how did she not peek the microphone there? I'm just like, whoa, it shooketh. Okay, bye. They eventually vanished off over the horizon in the direction I was heading in. Were those students from the school I was going to attend? I mean, they're on the cover, so I guess they are. A part of me hoped that wasn't the case. Still, I stepped back onto the sidewalk, taking in what had just happened, and shook my head. That was really weird, even for Chicago students. Okay, I'm seeing a pattern here. I'm seeing a pattern here in all these games. Then again, I went to a private school. Luckily, there was another public school. I went to a private school. Chicago public schools were very different in terms of behavior acceptance and leniency. I guess that was why they accepted my credits and let me graduate with their class. Probably. I rolled my shoulders back and continued forward, letting that event trickle back into my memories as I made my way through town toward my new school. Luckily, I didn't meet anyone else on the way there. That's really rare for Chicago. Like, there's people everywhere. Instead, my way was blocked by a large group of people ogling something I couldn't see. Ogling at something I couldn't see, or ogling something? I don't know. What the?
Damn, doesn't she look cute?
Who? I want to see.
Yeah. Oh my god, her outfit is to die for.
I want to see.
All right, look over here. Okay.
Which one? This one? She's kind of cute. She's kind of cute too. Ugh! Peeking over the shoulders of the crowd, I could barely see the pair of girls at the front of the gate. One was very pretty with an outfit that almost screamed "rich girl," while the other had a high-tech camera and clothes that were littered in cute food icons. From the look of it, the entire situation was just a fashion photo shoot. Why was it being held against the school gates? I would never know. But I had to somehow get around it in order to go to the office. See this girl, Riley? He or she is getting down to business and wants to get stuff done. You gotta be kidding me.
Are you done yet? We have to head over to the next area.
You remind me of somebody, I don't know who.
Just a minute, I'm almost done. Hold still.
If you had a high-tech camera, you could move around and still take those photos. After a few more clicks, the girl with the camera looked down at the screen of it, and examined her work. I tapped my foot, hoping it would be done soon.
What is going on here?
Oh god, that sounds like Miss Anderson. Ooh, fight her! Fight that woman! Fight! 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 And she's going to be caught in the middle. As if the voice had magical powers, everyone's heads turned to see a girl staring hard at the working pair with her arms crossed. Those arms don't look crossed.
Good morning to you too, Lady Killjoy.
Ooh, burn.
Look, I know you both need to do your photo shoots for your portfolios, but can't you take it somewhere that won't block traffic?
Is that Michaela? I can't tell, the volume's too low because I don't want to mess with the microphone.
We've been here since 6 a.m. though. We didn't know it would take this long.
Oh, girl, you gotta know that photo shoot stuff and film stuff always takes longer than anticipated. Like, you say 10 minutes, we mean 10 years.
Nevertheless, can you please take this somewhere else now? I'm sure everyone here wants to get inside and not stand around in the blazing heat.
I think that's Michaela. It sounds just like her. I think that's Michaela. My beautiful Michaela. That's Michaela. That's Mickey. Oh, God. I'm just... You can't see me smiling right now, but it's just crazy. Oh yeah, we just read that. Without another word, the pair nodded in acknowledgement and quickly packed their things before heading away from the gate. Obediently, some of the crowd followed with them, waiting to watch more of the shoot. Is it still recording sound? Yes, it is. Okay. The girl who commanded them to leave vanished as well, most likely blending in with the crowd that was going inside or going off somewhere else, to right some other wrong on the school ground. Oh, I get it. I shook my head. You shook your head 3 or 4 times this whole game. Now was not the time to dwell on it. I had to get inside, register for my new classes, though I was pretty sure that I would be excused from them all, from all the assignments regardless. Rolling my shoulders, I walked inside, ready to register and get started.
All right, everyone, we have a transfer student, so mind your manners.
Okay, so we don't get to see what classes we get to register for, so we don't get to register for classes. I mean, this is only a demo. It's like a beta, but not. The first entrance is always the craziest. Even after meeting the dean and arranging my schedule, the first step into the new classroom was by far the scariest part of being a new student. I guess so. Oh my god, there's so much reading. Who knew what others would think of you? Without hearing a word, you were already doomed to be judged based on how you look or how your face painted your expression. You had to be confident but humble at the same time, prepared for the worst thoughts and ideas about you to appear in everyone's minds. Or just not give 2 F's what they think. You spend too much time on it, the thought of the first impression you gave would turn you into a recluse. Still, I had to step in. I walked into the classroom and looked at all the other students, interested to see who I would be spending my 2 weeks with. To my surprise, I recognized a handful of faces. Instantly, my eyes spotted the girls I had seen before entering the school. Each of them stared at me in return to my gaze. I mentally recalled each of them. Took a breath nonetheless and introduced myself. Hello, my name is Riley. The class acknowledged my presence, one way or another, some with a nod, a wave, or a silent judgmental stare. God. High school is hard. I expected as much and held my ground regardless. At least my greeting wasn't met with anything odd. Oh, girl. My teacher finally cleared his throat and pointed out an empty desk at the center of the room. Oh, God.
Go ahead and take that desk. After you settle in, we'll start today's lesson.
Okay. No matter who was teaching, I always managed to find learning a new subject in any classroom. Wait, what does that say? Hold on.
If you'd like,
Soporific.
I can help you look for it.
Soporific. Why is that an O and not a U though? Oh, whatever. Now that I was in a new school, the feeling seemed to increase tenfold. Oh, God. Maybe because I was only going to be there for a short while. Maybe it was because I went to a private school where the curriculum was higher on the education scale. Nonetheless, sitting in that classroom proved to be dull. The lecture continued on and on to the point that I began to imagine time moving through thick sludge. I became relieving to hear the class bell to go off, signaling the next set of classes. Finally. Unfortunately, I was met with classes of the same caliber, teaching lessons I had already known or didn't particularly care for. I'm sure this will be like something that will like there'll be something here that whatever. Oh my God! I even had to spend my teacher period. I even had to spend my lunch period being attached to a teacher's hip as they gave me the unwanted tour of the school, so I wouldn't get lost. Despite having a map of the school already, it was like a school expected me to bleed the school colors in a short amount of time. In the short amount of time I was there. No, I don't like that. Luckily, I wasn't expected to do any of the tests or pass since I was only going to be there for attendance. At least that was a perk. Hell yeah, it's a perk. I was dragged all around the school. I saw glimpses of the science wing, the music hall, the art room, the whole shebang. Even the doors of the courtyard and the outdoor track. At the end of it, I was exhausted from walking around. I didn't get time to explore each feature, so I was left with imaginary images of each section of the school. As I expected, the remainder of the day was slow. Everything my classes taught or went over, I was excused from any of the tests and finals they required by attendance, but the attendance requirement began to grate on my nerves. Oh, yeah. You were so like, and now you're like, Even the final class of the day, which for me was called Senior Studies, gave me an excuse to daydream a bit. Or daydream a little. Senior Studies? Never had that.
Alright class, just as a reminder before you go, in-class work on your final presentations will begin on Wednesday. Make sure to come in with your ideal topics, and we'll assign partners when class begins that day.
I guess I'm not getting assigned a partner then. Final presentations, did that mean I had to sit through lectures from the other students? I began to mentally groan at the idea. Just bring your game. Bring your little game and just play it. That's what I used to do in English class. As the bell rang, I could feel my entire body just let out a sigh. I didn't expect the first day to be so slow, but at least it wasn't mind-numbing.
Hey Sydney, you want to walk together to your science club thing? It's on the way to the gym for sports club.
Don't look at me.
Sure, I'd like that.
Oh, Jessica! Are you free for some afternoon shots for photo club?
No.
Sorry, Benny. I have some business to attend to with Film Club. Ask Kayla to fill in for me. I'm sure Lady Killjoy would enjoy a little photo shoot.
I was right. I said no, and she's like, nah. I'm like, oh my God. That's a very interesting way to spell Jessica. Never saw it spelled with a K before.
Insults aside, I unfortunately have to go to a student council meeting. I have a feeling it will be exhausting.
Just quit. I shouldn't just say.
Rat. Okay. We'll figure something out. See you both tomorrow.
Yeah, sadly. A small interest rippled in my brain about looking into the clubs I overheard about, but another larger part of me just wanted me to make my way home. Maybe I could stop at the mall or something on my way. Then again, I could study for a bit. Here, or use the track. Is this a choice? What should I do? Run the track, study here, model for art class, something else. What's something else? I'm afraid if I click on it, something's gonna happen. Something else. Play cherry blossoms, go home, visit the mall. Oh shit, play chair. Obviously we're gonna play the video game, because, I mean, you know. We decided to play a dating sim. Oh my gosh. I was happy to know that the cafeteria had become a study hall of sorts. Students were working and studying while some are just hanging around to be with their friends. To be with friends. I, however, sat alone in the corner to play my game in peace. There was no need to go home immediately. Yeah. I guess. There was probably other video games I could be playing, but I never really got into them like I did dating sims, especially indie dating sims. Yeah, I know. There was just something sweet and pure about these games. Life was simple, relationships came easily, and there was something interesting about managing the life of a total stranger and helping them find love. Plus, I'd be lying if I said I didn't get attached to the girls in these games. Sure, there could be a little one note at times, but a good sim made it very pretty, and I can't read words, okay? I never really did good. I had amassed quite a collection since I discovered the games, and while most of them were for the Boy Finds Girl store, I did have to find a new good Yaoi and Odom game to Oh my god, Yaoi and Odom games. What does Odom even mean? I'm gonna look it up. O-T-O-M-E? It's a story-based video game that is targeted toward the female market. Generally, one of the goals, besides the main plot goal, is to develop a romantic relationship between the female player character and one of the several male or female characters. Okay. X-Note, Fatal Hearts, Date Rap. Oh my god! Okay, so I looked at it says top free games tagged Odom in itch.io. Find games tagged Odom like Cinderella Phantom, Seduce Me the Odom, Queen's Crown, Taylor Tales RE4 Odom Edition. Oh my god! Seduce Me is the second one there! Ah, yay! I mean, how many demons are in that game? Yep. Okay. I'm just gonna sit here. Still I had a game that I was busy working through, and as any good gamer would, I had to finish the game's full completion before moving on to a new story. Yeah. I booted up the game to a familiar window popped open, and I played a sweetly catchy theme. I smiled as I considered who I might want to romance this time. Affection 0. 3. Okay. Arriving home, feeling exhausted. Sheesh, at least the first day is over. You got 2 more weeks? What's that? That's 7. Okay, so you have 13 more days left. No. 5 plus 5 is 10. So you have like 9 more days left. I reminded myself of everything that had happened and how it occurred. The next 2 weeks solely relied on me just going and being a fly on the wall, but I didn't want to bore myself. Just play video games in class. Maybe making a friend would be beneficial. I just played video games in class. Like I had my computer. I played Yandere Sim in English class all the time, like once or twice, and then I had my DS. If I got caught playing Yandere Sim, I had my DS and I played Pokemon. Or I'd play Super Smash Brothers, who was sitting next to me or whatever. I dropped my bag by the couch in the living room and began to shuffle through the kitchen, wondering what to make for dinner. I could order out, but I was on a strict allowance. My thoughts broke only the sound of my phone going off. Hello?
Hey, honey. I just wanted to check in and see how you were doing.
I was great until you called. Oh, hey, Mom, I was just about to make dinner.
Oh, good. Good. Well, how was your first day?
Fucking awful. It was alright, I guess. I'm only gonna be there for 2 weeks, so it was not really important of me to get adjusted to it.
Oh, honey, don't think like that. You never know. You could find yourself graduating with a new friend. Maybe even someone more than a friend.
Mom! Oh!
Sweetie, we gotta go. The briefing is about to start.
What? Are you like secret spies? What's going on?
All right. Well, have a good night, honey. Your father and I love you to pieces.
Please stay in one piece and get back here in one piece. Love you too, Mom. My dad didn't even say goodbye. A friend? Maybe if I wanted to spend my time making friends. I didn't have to. I really didn't. Why would I care about anyone at school with only 2 weeks left in the school year? I guess. As I mindlessly began to prepare some sort of dinner for myself, I began to think about who I had met at school. A couple of faces popped up in my mind, but it was worth getting closer to them and knowing that after graduation we would all part our separate ways. Some of them seemed interesting to get to know. I shook my head. If I wanted to make friends, then I would have let my gut guide me into doing so. Yeah, just play video games all day. Video games are great. Did she have any friends back at her other school? I finished dinner and lounged in the living room, watching a new show, for me anyway, who was going to be a woman, which sparked some controversy, but interested me enough to watch the show. Despite controversy, she kicked ass in the episode I managed to catch. Hell yeah! After I finished dinner, I began to ponder what I would do before bed. Since I was home, I was limited to what I could do, but I didn't mean I couldn't do anything at all. Prep an outfit, work out, play Cherry Blossom, study. What would I do? Well, I would work out, but I also want to play Cherry Blossom. Oh, we've already played video games today. Let's work out. You decided to work out. Just because I was home alone didn't mean I had to go skimp on being healthy, at least healthy as I could be. I didn't want to be jacked up, but at least I wanted to climb stairs without constantly feeling like I was a tortured chain smoker when I got to the top. I changed into some baggy clothes and turned the TV to a music channel. I played some nice tunes and got on the ground and began to pump out some sit-ups. You can just pump those out however you want. I had to like get down there, bribe myself with food, text for an hour, and then do like 3, and then I get up and leave. A couple of sets I had to stop and breathe, staring up at the ceiling in amazement. I didn't know I could do so many, but damn, my stomach hurt after. Feel the burn. After some push-ups and jumping jacks, I finally stopped for the night. As soon as I was done, I grabbed my things and walked into my room to prepare for bed, exhausted but happy with the workout. Skill 3? Yeah! Smiley face! How many days is this? I don't even know. We're just gonna play it. Alright, let me see this recording. 46. It's always an hour. Michaela, you make these things so damn long every time. Or either that or I'm just complaining because I'm reading a lot and talking a lot. And reading the whole story. I wasn't looking forward to walking to school alone. It wasn't that I'd never done it before, but it always just left me stuck alone with my wandering thoughts. I began to think about my dating sims. They were a part of my life, and I knew that eventually they were going to be my downfall socially. Until then, I was able to mull on them in a blissful silence. The game I was working through, Cherry Blossom, had some interesting characters despite the short story. I really liked the romance options, but AI, the chipper and sweet main romance, was my first, so she was still pretty special to me. On the other hand, she was my favorite, which was why I picked her first, but how did I know she was my favorite if I didn't try any other girls too? I'd only really picked her because I thought she had the cutest spirit.
Hey, it's you!
What do you mean, hey, it's you? Recognize the voice yelling out at me right away. Hey. Always so enthusiastic to meet new people. Okay. The 2 girls I had seen the morning before and in class rushed up to me. The athletic girl pushed the girl in the wheelchair forward to line up with my side.
Good morning, Riley.
How do you know my name? Oh, wait. That's a different way to spell Sydney. Okay. Good morning. So happy.
What were you thinking about over here? You look pretty deep in it.
I was thinking about... nothing important. There was no way I was going to tell them that I was thinking about a visual novel. Oh, I'd tell them flat out I was thinking about it, because, you know, I'm me. If she had even heard of them, she'd probably think that it was porn. What's wrong with that? Who cares?
Looked kinda important by the look on your face.
Is it embarrassing? That's fine. We won't push things, right, Latifah?
What'd they call her?
Looked kinda important by the look.
Is it embarrassing? That's fine. We won't push things, right, Latifah?
Latifah? Alright. It's not embarrassing, I was just thinking about video game character. Thinking about a video game character.
Oh, so it's just dumb then.
Screw off! Video games are great.
Oh, what game?
Oh, hey. Tell the truth, hide your waifus! Hide your waifus. Tell her the truth. Why not? If I was going to be socially, if I was going to be socially decimated, then let it with people I didn't really know too well. It's Cherry Blossom, a visual novel.
Really? I wanted to play that one, but it isn't in English yet. Do you know Japanese?
Maybe. I just got a fan patch for it.
There's a patch out already?
Yeah, fans do everything. Like there are so many mods and stuff for Yandere Simulator, and that game's not even done being developed. Well, it's not perfect yet. Some of the interface is still in Japanese, but it's easy to work out.
I'll have to look into that when I get home.
Yeah, I guess.
You had to tell her that. She was supposed to play Battle Mech Warfare tonight, and now she'll just be doing that mess. I need support, damn it! No one ever picks a healer.
No one ever picks a healer.
Sorry, I'll play with you first, okay?
You better.
Yeah, you better. Don't let your teammate down. The two kept talking as we got closer to the school. It was in one of those conversations that I had forced myself into, and I wanted to participate, so I just mentally checked out and thought about if I wanted to eat the lunch I'd packed or just buy something anyway. What I was able to catch, however, was that they were secret gamers outside of school activities. They went back and forth about strategies, trying to find the best one without putting it into practice. That was kind of cute. At least I wasn't the only one who valued games. When we arrived at the school gate, the two girls waved and went on toward the science wing. I marched myself inside, wanting to go to class early, and made me go through a chapter of Cherry Blossoms. God damn, how long is this video gonna be, this video? What am I gonna cut out of this? This is 52 minutes long. We're at the 52-minute mark, guys. I sat down and took out my handheld console. Opening it and loading up my last save. Little did I notice I was being watched. Oh crap, it's gonna be that pretty girl, isn't it?
Ooh, what's that?
None of your business, get out of here. Gah! I jumped up, startled from the voice behind my ear. I quickly looked back to see the photography girl with her hands held in front of her defensively.
Oops, sorry, didn't mean to scare you.
Oh, her voice is so cute.
Benny, what are you doing?
Oh, hey, Kayla. Ooh, the girls are back in town. Oh, love this. Oh, I want to stare at this screen for a minute. Okay. Follow up behind Benny was another girl. And as if on cue, my thoughts of the students who I was with, Benny in the photo shoot stood from her seat and stepped back up beside her photographer, despite being in silent at the moment.
Nothing. I was just looking at Riley's game. It looked cool.
Hell yeah, dude. Are these all gamers?
You could have tapped Riley's shoulder first instead of causing a surprise yelp to come out of the new student.
Okay. Oh! Because Riley's genderless. If you don't know, if I didn't explain it earlier, Riley is genderless. So, it's just up to you to be whoever you want.
Oh, relax, Lady Killjoy. Benny was just curious.
And I would appreciate if you would drop that nickname for me, Jessica. It's our senior year.
I will the moment you stop being so straight-laced about everything.
I see kind of a Suzu Naomi vibe here.
Says the girl with an obsessive regiment to her life schedule.
Ooh, roasted.
Ooh, did that burn-to-burn action just happen? It's getting hot here.
Yeah, take off your clothes. Sorry, I'm touching like inside your leg creases. Jessica. What is her name? I don't remember. What the heck was I watching? I hoped it wouldn't turn into a cat fight.
Just because I like to keep a schedule to my life doesn't mean I can't have fun.
Yeah, this is Jessica. This is Kayla.
And just because I follow rules and regulations doesn't mean I can't enjoy things either. Pot, meet kettle.
Yeah, pot, meet kettle. I've never heard it said like that, but I swear, if I was able to describe the air between Kayla and Jessica, I'd say there was vast amounts of lightning and with hisses of cats. Benny, however, turned her attention away from the battle and looked to my game.
So, So, what are you playing?
I'm playing, Savagery 101, I don't know. Crap. Was today my social death day after all? Only if you let it. I'm playing a dating sim. It's called Cherry Blossoms. Wow, she's not gonna know anything. That's my prediction, I'm calling it now.
Never heard of it, but the art looks really retro.
I was right. To my surprise, Jessica joined in, looking over my shoulder. Kayla became the silent one, looking at my game as well, giving me an audience of 3 girls to my personal kryptonite game.
Huh. Are those school uniforms?
Sure?
Yes, it would seem so. Japanese, I assume.
It could be Korean. You never know.
How do you know?
Some of the game buttons are in Japanese. See?
What the heck did my game become an art piece to critique?
That's so weird. But this looks really cool. What's it about?
It's about dirty things.
Whatever it's about, it seems intriguing.
Is everybody here a secret gamer? Oh my god, I need- where is this school? I need to go to it. I mean, I can't go to it. I've graduated. But still, they're probably not my- whatever.
Well, knowing Japanese game developers, it could be about anything.
Yeah, it literally could be about anything.
Alright, settle down. Let's get to our seats before the bell rings, okay?
The girls finally separated from me and got into their seats. However, I had to sigh and close my game, pocketing it. Guess I wouldn't be progressing in Cherry Blossoms after all. As the final bell rang, we became trapped once more in the boring lecture and topics I couldn't really care about. Lecture upon lecture, I began to wipe each of them from my memory as they came. I attended each class to fulfill my arrangement with the school to graduate, so I focused on myself. My mother called the previous night, however, made me ponder a bit on her words. Make a friend. Before I knew, I was sitting in the cafeteria at lunchtime. I ate my lunch and stared at the clock, noting its time.
Woo! Lunch!
Come on! Better get there before all the good stuff gets taken.
Hey! Wait up!
I recognize that voice. Not that I doubted the integrity of the food school served, but I felt safer eating my own food regardless of what good stuff they had. At least I knew exactly what I was putting in my mouth. Gotcha, bow wow. Still sitting and eating lunch wasn't enough to fill my time. Luckily I didn't have to take another tour, but I wanted to do something. Maybe now is the time to explore the place the tour yesterday denied me. There were a couple of places I had in mind to look into. The question was, where should I go? Alright. Track, science wing, courtyard, photo room, music room. Let me think. Alright, so the track was where that sporty girl was. This is gonna be the girl in the wheelchair. This is the photographer, obviously. This is gonna be that the girl, Kayla, and this is gonna be Jessica. Is that bad that I already memorized that? Nah, it's fine. Alright, we'll go to the music room. I want to explore. Something in my gut led me to leave the cafeteria and wander around the halls, looking into each room out of curiosity. This hallway! Ted! Who the hell is Ted and what's his talk about? I couldn't recall how long I had been walking. I was surprised that I didn't get stopped by the teacher or the hall monitor of some kind, but I guess this school was lenient on wandering the halls. I followed my gut and wound up circling the creative arts wing. It was barren as students were either having lunch or in class. That was not part of arts. So your whole school didn't eat together? Or at least I thought it was. I peeked my head into the large music room. I thought it was empty just of the silence that lingered within. However, my gaze wandered over to the instruments as I stopped at the piano. I knew it! Oh, I called it! She looks a lot smaller than she actually is. Sitting on the bench, laying her head on the closed grand piano was the girl from my class. From the looks of it, she was fast asleep, unaware of anything going on around her. That's when you take a drumstick and you just bang the snare drum. Looking back on it now, I clearly remembered how she was able to take control of the crowd in front of the school. Was she some sort of school monitor, or the like? The school was peaceful, probably in the midst of the break from her duty. So I attempted to make my way out of the room silently, hoping I wouldn't disturb her. But the creak of the door caused the girl to sit up and look around abruptly. Fuck.
I'm awake! I promise I wasn't sleeping!
It's fine. The girl turned her head toward me and stared at me in surprise. After a second, she let out a sigh and slumped her shoulders, shutting her eyes in some form of relief.
Hi, I apologize.
That is Michaela! I know it's you! Don't lie to me! Ah, Queen! I always find Michaela. Huh? No, I'm sorry. I didn't know anyone was in here. The girl waved her hand dismissively and stood from the bench, walking around to stand beside it.
It's alright. I usually come in here to be alone and play the piano, but I really needed to close my eyes for a moment. Guess I got caught up in my nap, huh?
Yeah. There wasn't anything wrong with napping during school, especially if you had free period to do so. At least she didn't sleep in class, but from looking at her, I didn't expect her to be that type regardless. I stepped toward her and laughed a bit. At least it was a quiet place, kind of ironic since the music room, since it's a music room and all. I mean, music rooms can be quiet. Despite my cringy comment, the girl genuinely laughed and smiled at me.
Right. Well, I should probably introduce myself properly. My name is Kayla Hahn. It's a pleasure to meet you.
Pleasure to meet you, Kayla Hahn. Kayla held out her hand to me, ushering me to take it and shake it in return. Riley, the new kid. Kayla's eyes brightened a bit as she nodded and took in my title.
Right. You're new here. Well, as the student council president, if you have any questions about the school or whatnot, please don't hesitate to ask me.
Okay, I won't hesitate to ask. She was the student council president? No wonder she was napping. Yeah, I know. However, despite considering her offer, the bell rang, causing us to both jump a bit in our places.
Oh, looks like the period is over. Might as well head up to class.
Yeah, it sucks. Kayla nodded at me a bit before walking around me to the exit. However, she stopped at the door and turned back to me.
If you ever want to come in here during a free period, feel free to. The music classes that happened here were moved to classrooms, so it's completely free to relax in.
Why were they moved to classrooms? There's a nice music room to be. There's a nice music room here. Oh, thank you. With that, Kayla smiled and left, looking around. Looking around, the place was indeed quiet, but was a quiet place to relax. Would I see her if I came? I brushed the thought from my mind and headed for class. Ugh, I just want to sit in there and talk to her for an hour. I would just listen to this woman talk. How long is this video? An hour? Oh my god, Kayla, is this gonna be 3 hours long? Like I asked you but didn't ask you to? The afternoon didn't seem to get any better from yesterday's example. There was non-stop prep work for some sort of final presentation that everyone had to do except me, of course.
Before everyone leaves today, I just want to remind you all that we will begin finalizing our topics tomorrow. You will be assigned one partner to work with, so don't forget to bring in multiple options.
Okay. Would I have to be partnered up? I imagine the school would have a backup plan for me, but they never said I had to do any work, just show up. I would love that. The bell rang for school to be over, as I began to think about what to do with my time. Run the track, study here, model for art class, something else. Play cherry blossoms, go home, visit the mall, something else. If I run the track, I'm gonna run into that sporty girl. If I study here, I might. Well, if I model for the art class, I'm gonna definitely run into that photo girl. Play cherry blossoms. I'm just gonna do whatever. Go home. I'll be fine. Visit the mall. I'd be fine. Study here. I don't know who I'll run into if I study. I'll study. You decided to study. I just wanted to stick around and study. Luckily, the cafeteria was open for students to use as study halls of sorts. I really don't want to read, but I have to. You can't have a graphic novel without reading. Okay. I came back with food. This is why I don't have a face cam. But there wasn't really a point, was it? I went to school to learn, get ready for college, and sort out what I wanted to do with my life. It was a daunting task, to be sure. I let myself get out of the habit of studying. I'd surely suffer in college. I was a better student than I ever was. I nodded firmly in my assessment. I better keep my mind active and working instead of being lazy. After all, I was still a student. Intelligence. 3. Cool. I finally made it home. As soon as I passed the archway of my front door, I let out a relaxed sigh. Day 2. Over. Tossed my bag on the couch and began to make dinner for myself. Was this how the following 12 days would be? I'd go to school, ignore the lesson, come back home, eat and sleep. This seemed really boring. Still, I had the option to make friends, and some opportunities were presented to me. The memories of Kayla sleeping in the music room made me think of her. She was very helpful and sweet to me, but I could tell that she wasn't fully the type to follow the rules and regulation. Ooh, Kayla's a bad girl. I decided to let it go. People We're picking partners next class, so maybe I'd be excused, or maybe I'd get a chance to partner up with one of the girls I had met. Wasn't sure, I would find out tomorrow. Took my time with dinner and contemplated on what to do before bed. Prep an outfit, work out, play cherry blossoms, study. Let's eat and cry before we make a decision. We've done these 3. Let's prep an outfit. You decided to prepare an outfit. Thank you, game, for telling me that. Maybe my parents will call. I walked into my room and dug around my closet, looking for an option to what I could wear for the following day. There were many things I actually looked good in, hanging peacefully in my closet, that I wondered why I didn't consider wearing them more often. I took my time, pairing different sets together and piecing tops and bottoms on my bed. Eventually managed to find an outfit I liked. Satisfied with the choice I made, I hung the outfit up on a hanger and placed it on my bathroom doorknob. Isn't that like kind of low? Whatever. I found myself grow a little more confident with the choice, even as I went to bed. Charm 3. Booyah! Day 3 of school. I had forced myself out of bed as the weight of Wednesday began to trickle through my soul. Hump day. Never fun. Hump day? I could only hope to go through without incident. This video is so effing long. It's gonna be one of those hour-long videos that I love to have on my channel, but hate editing. Because that's the feeling I'm getting right now. I hate editing because I just lose interest at the end, and I just kind of go through it and cut out bits and pieces and then just put it on YouTube. I packed my lunch, threw my backpack over my shoulder, and made my way to school. To my surprise, I don't remember her name. Latifah, sorry. Latifah and Sydney were not on the sidewalk, leaving me alone to my thoughts. After yesterday's stumbles with dating sim talk, I was actually a bit glad to be alone walking to school this time. On my way to the front of the school, joining other students and entering the building, I couldn't help but hear the multiple murmurs and conversations about final presentations.
Did you decide your topics yet?
No, bitch.
Nope. I'm just hoping it comes to me before class starts.
Way to wing it, that's me.
Hey, do you want to be my partner for the final project?
No.
Sure. What's your topics?
Damn it. And since we're already picking partners, I guess it wasn't any of my business, but I couldn't deny my natural curiosity. Entering the class, I could see everyone huddling in little groups, chatting away, still about the damnable topic.
You sure you're gonna be good with your final, Mimi? Whoever you pick as your partner might slack off.
I'll be fine. Make sure you pair up with someone who cares about sports like you do, so you don't get a bad partner too.
They're not gonna be partners together? I thought they, cared so much about each other.
Jessica, Benny, do either of you have partners?
Oh my god. There's a boy, he's gonna go flirt with my girls. I gotta punch him out before they get the chance.
Nope. I'm waiting until final period to find a partner.
Why?
Same. There's no point in pairing with someone who isn't in the same class as you during that time.
Kayla, would you be my partner?
No, I want to be her partner! F off!
I appreciate the offer, but I'd like to wait until final period to decide who to work with, so I cannot give you an answer now. Thank you, though.
She's saving herself for me. Haha! Suck a dick. God, I hope we can seduce her. That was a total accident, okay? I did not mean to say that. It was kind of funny. Everyone seems so nervous. Was the final presentation that big of a deal for everyone? How much of the grade was it? Probably 60%, that's my guess.
Alright, settle down. Let's get started with first period.
Goddamn, Michaela, you're making this game so goddamn long. Like, 500 choices! And with that, class began. For a brief moment, the nervous air revolving around the final project just appeared to focus on the class at hand. The other students had to wait to fate whatever that fate would be. I felt like a bit of a black sheep, unsure of whether my role in the chaos of finals was required to help someone. Did I just have to sit and watch everyone? Both seemed gruesomely tedious. Still, if I had to be involved, I had a couple of options to decide from partner-wise. Every class after was that exact same. They began with conversation of partners, raising the tensions in the air. The silence would calm students and voices as the class began. I felt a twinge of desire to ask someone about them. My curiosity needed to know what exactly was happening and was almost too high to control. But who to ask? Who should I bother? Obviously I know exactly who we're gonna ask. And you guys probably know who I'm already gonna ask. Yeah, it's still recording. It's an hour and 29 minutes. We're going to say almost 30 minutes. I waited until lunch period to ponder on it. There was no need to rush things, but I hated to be left in the dark. Maybe a teacher knew. Maybe another student could help me. Then again, the amount of chaos occurring because of the simple mention of the final, I was slightly afraid to ask the student what was going on. Students were talking left and right, either getting partners or discussing topics to present. I don't think the cafeteria could get any louder than it was then and there. What the heck is everyone so crazy about this?
You're talking about the final, right?
Oh, it's Bay! Oh, yay! Oh, yes, yes, yay! Huh? No! She brought her friends! Turning around, I was greeted by the sight of Kayla, Benny, Jessica, Sydney, and Latifah, moving to my lone table and smiling kindly at me.
Hey, mind if we join you? We all usually eat together on Wednesdays, and you're kinda sitting at the table we choose each week.
Oh, sure. I'll just get up and leave, though. Oh, sure. I was surprised to see the girls all together. Did they all know each other, or know each other somehow? I usually saw Latifah and Sydney as a pair alone. Same with Benny and Jessica, unless Kayla showed up. Why were they all together? 'Cause they're all dating! The girls sat down in empty seats, with Sydney pulling up her wheelchair in the space between Latifah and Benny. I'm never gonna get used to saying Latifah. I'm gonna always forget it.
So, you're interested in why everyone is so tense?
Yes, Queen Bee. No, you ain't Queen Bee. This is Queen Bee right here! I'm sorry, I'm so biased, but you are very, very cute. You're all very, very cute. I love you all, and I want to date each and every one of you. And I'm probably gonna go through every single part, and I'm gonna go through every single one of your endings. 'Cause that's just the way I roll. A little, yeah.
Well, I'm sure you can guess, but our final presentations are a big portion of our final grade, not just for class, but in our senior evaluations.
What the hell's a senior evaluation?
Yep, we have to show that we know our shit.
Latifah?
Our stuff. We gotta know our stuff and show the school and the board that we didn't spend our 4 years here slacking off.
She was gonna say shit. And the final presentations prove that.
Well, we're taught how to present information, and we've studied a lot of things during school. The school just wants us to show that we listened.
I would fail. I'm joking.
The entire school board will be present during our last day of class, where all of us will eventually show off our projects 2 by 2.
Anyway.
We've gotten the schedule, right? Next Thursday is our deadline when freshmen, sophomores, and juniors are starting summer vacation.
What? F off. Wait, so the younger students get to go on summer vacation early?
Yep, it sucks big time, but it's a fair trade for the presentation.
That's not a fair trade. That sounds like a bunch of BS to me. The more I listened, the more confused I became. Seniors had to stay an extra day before graduation for our final project for the board. Where was the logic in that? That's public school, so you have to sacrifice a day of summer for this? Is it really worth the grade? Yeah, I think it's worth getting your diploma for something like this, but in the end, if I was there doing it, I'd probably be like, this is bullshit, I don't want to do it. I'd find a way to get out of it. The girls looked at each other, taking in my question. Kayla, however, cleared her throat to take the lead in replying back to me.
It's not just for a grade, mind you. There's also a reward for the best presentation.
Okay, so the best suck up, right? What kind of reward? Is it money?
Money. Scholarship money, to be precise.
Knew it was money. Wait, really?
If you plan to go to college, the board offers a large amount of scholarship money to the best presentation.
Oh, fuck. I don't even have financial aid. I want that. Can I go to your school? I'll do this presentation.
However, if you decide not to go to school, the scholarship becomes a check for you to use however you want.
Is that possible?
It's in the rules. A minor paragraph to cover students who do not apply to colleges. It's a loophole that the board often forgets to amend because they assume all of the students will go to a college of some form.
Well, they're stupid.
So you can either go to school with a scholarship, or you can spend your summer vacation with half of $10,000.
Oh, fuck. Bring that to me. Say what? I was flabbergasted. $10,000 for a final project? Fuck, that would get me motivated as hell. Even split it between 2 people, that's $5,000 that can go anywhere. No wonder students were anxious. Even the students that didn't really seem the pro-academic type. These girls collectively laughed at my expression and Fuck, I'm flabbergasted. I never got money. These girls collectively laughed at my expression and reaction.
So, now you know why this is important to us. We make the best presentation, we not only get to graduate, but we also might get a monetary reward.
Fuck. Why can't... No, I'm not gonna say why my school doesn't have that, because... Fuck, I would probably fail miserably. There was 800 kids in my graduating class. There's no way you're gonna get through all of that. Not in one day, anyway. This was crazy! Oh my god. The girls continued to eat between speaking, but they gave me a small lecture of the school. The founders of the school, Marcus Taylor and Alexander Wright, wanted to ensure education for every child in the district, so they secured a partial fortune on the school with financial backers and stock that were legal to use in their time. The fortune came a building budget on that secured the staff and continued to make the school grow. The cycle continued to expand, even to this day where the school has the ability to fund anything they needed, including the final project competition. That's why everything looked well kept in the public school. It wasn't run by the state, rather the legacy left behind. Fuck! Yes! I had to admit, I wasn't all I heard of school. I heard the story of the school. The fact that other creators were smart enough to arrange a cycle budget for the school was mind-blowing. Why can't people be this smart? This is probably a public alternative school. There's no possible way a public school is this smart. But I couldn't help the desire to participate flicker in my mind. I mean, come on, $5,000, that's a beautiful number. I could use that however I wanted. But the question was, who would let me be their partner? As the bell rang, signaling the end of the period, I began to ponder on my way to class. Fuck! This demo is long as hell! It's been like an hour! It's more than most! I sat down in my final class, looking around at each of the students. Some seemed to be anxious to talk to someone, while others were confident, assumably already paired with another student. I wondered, was I even going to be allowed to participate? I wasn't exactly a true student of their school, so did the rules exclude me? Now you want to be excluded from this. Who cares about the money? I wouldn't want to do that project regardless of the money. I mean, I just said I did, but I don't know. I don't know what I would do.
Alright, class. Today's the day you decide partners. Make sure to have your list of topics ready.
This was my chance to know. I needed to raise my hand. Excuse me.
Yes, Riley.
Can you fuck off? No, I'm joking. What about me? I stared at the teacher, waiting for my answer. Despite being the head of the class, the teacher cleared her throat and looked to Kayla.
Miss Hahn, you were fully aware of the qualifications around the final project, correct?
Oh god, oh god, oh god, oh god! Kayla stood in her seat, which was odd for a student to do in an American school, and smiled back at the teacher with a nod.
I am, ma'am. The rules state that any student in their 12th year of schooling will be required to participate.
Oh fuck, so I have to participate no matter what.
Does that include transfer students?
There is no addendum or note about transfer students, ma'am. It simply says any student in their 12th year.
Oh fuck.
Thank you, Miss Hahn.
Kayla sat down and the teacher once again took control of the room.
Riley, I will discuss terms with the board this evening. However, please participate today under the assumption that you will be doing a project with someone.
Oh fuck, here we go. We gotta go match with Bay. It was a shot. Looked around the room and I noticed a lot of people staring at me in either slight distrust or amazed intrigue. Ah, it's Bay. Hi, Bay. You guys can't see me waving, but I'm waving at the TV. I began to think of Kayla and look over at her. She was pretty reliable and probably had some sort of master plan since she knew the ins and outs of the school and was the student council president. I had to make a choice. Everyone slowly began to move, but time seemed to almost freeze for me. It was like some sort of deity of string of fate wanted to know. Who was I going to choose? Oh my god, are you kidding me? Oh my god. Oh, god. Wait, I can just see that. I didn't get to see you played it, I'm sure. Okay, Lizzie, you're great. Great. Kaylee, you're great. Kyra, you're great. Oh, here we go! There's Kayla right there. There we go, I was right. Christopher, I see you. I see you right there. Ah, I recognize a lot of those people. Oh god. The crew that loves together stays together.
Interesting choices you've made.
Oh shit, what's happening?
But do you think that she is enough for you?
Oh my god, that voice sounds really familiar.
After all, you're here to taste everything, right? Why not try again?
What the hell was that? You have the same last name as Michaela. That's it. Alright, that's it. So that's all of you guys. That is the full demo. We touched everything in the game besides the load and quit. I am hooked. I can't wait for the stream tonight. This was recorded on Friday the 25th of August. But I cannot wait for this. The demo was very fun. As you probably heard me say before the end of the video, I cannot wait to watch this live stream. It was a Q&A and people got to ask questions. There were spoilers revealed. We talked about the game. It was a fun time. We broke Michaela a few times, but that's a different story. And her words on the stream the night before were play the demo before you go into this. Or play the demo before you go into the stream, and that's what I did. Thankful I did. There is a lot of stuff about this game that I know now than I did when I filmed this. So, Michaela told us that to 100% the game, you have to play it 25 times. And she also said you cannot do it in one night. You cannot do it in one day. She dares anybody to do it. So, challenge accepted. And I will be doing, obviously I'll be doing all 25, and I'll be getting every single ending. The one thing I'm going to say, because I don't want to really talk about it because I'm lazy and I'm tired and this video took me forever to edit, was that every time you play it, the game gets different. I'm not going to really talk about it much beyond that. What I can tell you is play the demo, because oh my god, it's amazing. And play it a lot. The demo is pretty much sealed. It pretty much sealed my spot to getting a pre-order. Yeah, that's all I got. If you like this video, make sure you give it a like. Subscribe for more great content, because I'm putting out new content all the time. I'll see y'all in the next video.